Hello there, this is John V, Software Evangelist at JSCAPE. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to carry out file transfers between an iPhone or iPad and JSCAPE MFT Server. This is a capability you'd want to have if your organization has users that need to perform file transfers between iOS mobile devices and your file transfer server. To follow this tutorial, you would need to have a working installation of JSCAPE MFT Server and at least one iOS device, an iPhone or an iPad, running JSCAPE's iOS file transfer client. This mobile app will allow you to transfer, manage, view, and share files with a highly secure managed file transfer server. If you don't have that client app yet, just go to the App Store, search JSCAPE, and download the app. Okay, let's now walk through the steps of setting things up on JSCAPE MFT Server. JSCAPE MFT Server can readily support file transfers with Android and iOS devices. All that's needed is to enable an HTTP or HTTPS service on the server side. You can do that through the JSCAPE MFT Server Manager. So, launch the manager and go to Settings and then Web. Tick either the HTTP on host or HTTPS on host checkbox. We of course recommend the latter for security purposes. Next, specify the IP address and port number or just leave it as is. And then click Apply when you're done. Next, go to Domains and double-click the domain where you want to enable the HTTP or HTTPS service. Take note of the domain's name. You'll need that when you start connecting from the iOS client. So here, the domain name is MFT Server 2. After that, go to the Services node and click the Add button. Next, select HTTP/S from the protocol drop-down list and then click OK. You should now see the newly added HTTPS service in your list of services. That's all you need to do on the server side. Let's now move on to the client side. On your iPhone or iPad, tap and launch the JSCAPE iOS file transfer client. Next, tap the plus icon to add a site. A site is simply a unique connection to your server. You can save multiple sites on your iOS application, with each site possibly connecting to a different domain, user account, or server. Now, when the Add Site screen appears, enter the following information. The site name, so this is just an arbitrary name used to represent a site on the app. The site URL, this is the URL of the HTTP or HTTPS service on your JSCAPE MFT Server instance. Make sure to remove any trailing forward slash at the end of the URL, as you will be unable to connect if it's there. Then username and password. This is just the username and password of an existing account on your MFT server that you want to log in with. And then lastly, the domain. If you recall, we asked you to take note of the domain earlier, so you just enter that here. And then when you're done, just tap the Done button. If everything goes smoothly, a message should pop up like this one, indicating that the site was successfully added. So let's just tap OK to proceed. Now let's try connecting to the site. So we tap the site name JSCAPE 2, and you should then see the remote file system. So these files and folder are in your JSCAPE MFT Server instance. And in the sample we're showing here, that folder labeled S3 happens to be a folder that points to an actual folder on Amazon S3. I added that to this account by creating a virtual path that mapped to an Amazon S3 network storage. If you want to know how I did that, click the link to the article in the description or in the post. That's basically everything you need to know. The app's very intuitive, so you shouldn't have any difficulty uploading and downloading files yourself. So, see you again next time, and thank you for watching.